Hello.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Good. How you doing? All right.
I'm doing good, Tony. How's your day so far?
Yeah, busy. I'm always busy, to be honest with you, running around work and everything else. But thanks for having us on anyway.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Tony. So,
No problem.
Tony, Disarm the Gods EP came out on March 25th. So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and production behind this three-track EP?
Right. Okay. So the EP sort of come about. We've miraculously managed to reform during lockdown. Reconnected with the members of, most of the original members of Above All. So the writing process has been a bit disjointed because Ben, the main guitarist, he lives in another part of the country from me. So it's all been done sort of remotely. So we've been using sort of, modern technology. Everyone's got Logic. So he'd send the guitar riffs over, program the drums, everyone else would input. Then I was writing the lyrics, working on vocal patterns. We've got, to be honest with you, probably got about 6 or 7 songs together, but those were the first 3 that are sort of, were pretty much, I think we're going to be, I think our strongest songs. Got the music sort of down as much as we could, and then I went into Monolith Studios with Charlie Wilson, recorded all the vocals over the course of, I think it was 2 sessions. And we reamped the guitars, re-triggered the drums, resampled, and then put it together like that, really. And then Charlie mixed and produced it. So it came together quite well, really, considering that. And I'm going to be honest with you, we haven't got into a rehearsal room together and actually got these songs. We haven't played these songs physically together as yet.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And was there any particular concept or theme that was put behind this EP?
Well, Ben, I think, came up with the title track "Disarm the Gods." So we came up with the title. Most of the lyrics I wrote for that. Jay, the other guitarist, he sort of had some input there. We tweaked and changed things around. But "Disarm the Gods," I think I worked with the title. Went with kind of, it's not anti-religion, but kind of looking at it from the angle that maybe it's created more problems along the line, as let's be honest, it does help a lot of people, and I think it's kind of a safety net for people. But I think it's also if you look through history, there's been a lot of killing, a lot of murder, a lot of persecution, and it was kind of that, and also a kind of a power concept to it, which I think is a common theme that runs along through the EP, with Disarm, Foot to Throat, and Deadweight, where people are controlled, manipulated, and it's not for the benefit of the average person throughout the world, I don't think. But that was the general concept. I wouldn't say, like I say, not anti-religion, but looking at it from a different angle, and maybe not sort of accepting everything as it should be.
Amazing. And talking about this EP, I should be honest with you, I really enjoyed all the 3 of the songs. Totally amazing work from you guys again, and
Good.
great songs. The power, the energy, everything was put together really awesome into this. Thanks so much for putting up this EP this year. Thanks very much for that. And as a band, how do you feel about the outcome of the EP?
Really happy, to be honest with you. Because 20 plus years out of not actually doing too much music. Me personally, I haven't really been doing too much. Some of the other guys in the band have. They still work in the music industry. But really happy, because me personally, I wasn't very happy with the main album. And it was, to be honest with you, I never really thought that we'd ever get together again and, 1, play a show, and 2, actually think about recording new music. So the fact that we've got it out, I'm really pleased with it. Like I say, we've probably got about another 5 or 6 songs in the pipeline, which I think will be stronger. So I think you're possibly looking at an Above All album coming out in the next, hopefully, year and a half. Like I said, a few of the guys work in the music industry still. Ben, the guitarist, he's a guitar tech. So now, obviously, the world is opening up a bit now with COVID. He's had 3 years of, not earning any money whatsoever. So he's jumped on a few tours. So he's going to be very busy. So it's just going to be a question of us being able to get in making the most of our time when he's not touring. We're going to carry on writing the songs, and hopefully we might get some label interest. If not, we'll probably put the album out ourselves. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the new EP. But I think, you know, there's a lot more to come from us, to be honest with you.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And did you guys do something special on March 25th on the day of the release?
You know, I'd like to say we did. Problem is, like, we're scattered sort of across the country these days. Ben, I don't think Ben was away touring, but he lives down in Cornwall. I live in Essex. Jay, the other guitarist, he actually lives in Essex. But you know, and we're all busy. We've got families. We've got day jobs these days. So you know, we Hallam, the bass player. He lives in Surrey, I believe. So to be honest with you, we've all been communicating via WhatsApp and, you know, phone and email. But, you know, we were all really, really pleased that it came out, and it's quite exciting for us. To be honest with you, I think it's been a little bit of an anticlimax. Now it's come out and it's there. For me, I'm a little bit, not an anticlimax, but I'm wanting to play shows. I think we all are. So hopefully we'll be playing shows towards the end of this summer, I'd say, mid-summer when Ben's back off tour. So we've had to turn down a few shows recently, which it is what it is. It's life, you know. We're not a full-time band, so you know. But you know, it was still good to get it out there, you know.
Yeah, but do you currently have any shows lined up for you later this year?
Like I say, there was one or two that we were possibly going to be doing in London. Can't do those at the moment just because of work situation. But I'm hoping. I think Ben was talking about. He's got a few. I think end of May, and then going up to maybe after June, we're going to be looking to booking some shows. So it'll definitely happen, and we'll be ready for it. So, and we should have an entire new set list as well. Obviously, I think we're going to rehash some of the old tunes from the main album, and then we've got the songs from the demo that we put on Bandcamp. So yeah, you know, we will be playing those, so it should be good.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And above all, does it have a long-term plan now? Do you like to do more music in the coming years?
Yeah. So, like I said, I think we're going to concentrate on, while Ben's away working, we're going to carry on writing. I think we've probably got about 6 new songs on top of the new ones that have just been released that are in different stages. You know, some are almost there, some need a bit of retweaking. We've got some riffs. We've also just, unfortunately, we've had to part ways with our original drummer, Mark Hartley, just because he's so busy with work and family and everything else. We've managed to recruit Will Romain, who's playing in Hellblind. He was also in Romeo Must Die. So he's basically learned all the new material already. So I think we're looking to get together for our first full-blown rehearsal end of May. So that should come together. So we're going to carry on writing the songs, keep pushing the EP. Like I say, we haven't got any, you know, we haven't really pushed it out to any labels as yet. We're going to be doing that in the next month or so. I mean, you know, one thing that I've sort of noticed all my time out of the music world and coming back in is there's a lot of new bands, there's a lot of content out these days. Just to even get a reply from a label, I think you're doing well these days. So, you know, I'm not saying that the EP warrants a sign-in. I'm not, you know, that's everyone's got their own opinions on what, you know, if they think it's good enough. Me personally, I'm happy with it, but I know the new material's stronger. So hopefully we're going to be able to get some label interest. If not, we'll probably put this album together ourselves, and we'll put, if no label step forward, we'll put it ourselves. It's quite easy to do these days, you know, as long as you've got a Bandcamp page. You know, obviously the costs will be down to ourselves, but you know, I think that the new material is really strong. I think it deserves to be out there, and I think above all, it's definitely a band now that deserves to sort of push it forward a bit and have a second album out. So that's in the pipeline. We've got a new lyric video coming out for Deadweight, which Hallam, our bass player, he put. Did you see the lyric video for Disarm?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So Hallam, the bass player, he's sort of he works in the media industry. He put that together himself. So, and this is another avenue I think he's looking to develop as part of his, his work skills area. So he's just nearly completed another lyric video for Deadweight, which we'll be putting out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, maybe within a week. And then I think he's going to jump on and actually get another lyric video sorted out for, can't think of this, Foot to Throat, sorry, my brain was gone. He's going to put that together. We are talking to a few guys around here. We've got a really good media company called Hellfire Creative. Ideally, we want to get some sort of live videos, recorded that can be put out as well. And then jump onto as many shows as we can. That's the plan. Obviously, as I've said, we're all busy guys. We've got families, we work as well. This isn't a full-time touring project, but it's going to be a project as much as we can push it. So there's a lot in the pipeline, so it should be good.
Sounds good, Tony. And coming after 26 years, so how does it feel to be making music again?
Yeah, very strange, to be honest with you. As much as to be honest with you, I never really anticipated sort of going back into it, and it's just sort of I don't think without COVID and the lockdown, I did an interview for the Then and Now podcast, which is run by a guy called Andy Baz, who's the singer of quite a few bands in this area, Raiden, My Cross to Bear. He's been a sort of a seamster for the last 20-25 years. He's never really left the scene. So he got me on the podcast. I started reconnecting with all the guys because, we sort of dispersed across the country as I explained. Reconnected, and then we started chatting. So it's kind of weird, but really, really good. And I feel like I've got unfinished business, because me personally, I wasn't really happy with the Above All album that we released for various reasons back in the day. So for me, this is kind of like redemption. I'm proud of the new EP, and after a few rehearsals, a few practices, I sort of jumped back into it quite quickly. A little bit nervous about going into the studio and doing the vocals, but I spent a lot of time working hard and really building my voice back up again. So I'm really, really pleased with the way it's come on.
Sounds good. And do you like to bring some of those old records that you might have created, that something was in the pipeline back in the days? Do you want to bring some of these old demo tapes and do something different from that? Yeah,
I think we've sort of been chatting. I think with Will, the new drummer, he's got a different style to Mark, so we might obviously for a full set, I think we're gonna be doing probably about 4 or 5, maybe 4 songs off the old album. Mm-hmm. We might rework some of those bits, change them up a bit, and then probably 2 or 3 of the songs from the old demo, Nerve End, Second Skin, those tracks. But maybe a few tweaks here and there. I don't think anything major. I mean, to be honest with you, I haven't really mentioned this to the guys, but I think it'd be really fun at some point if we could go back and re-record some of the old album tracks, maybe some of the stronger tracks on there. Yeah. I'd like to go in different, production's come on a lot since, in 26 years. My voice is stronger, and I think maybe we could retweak and rehash a few bits. Maybe look to put that out as well. I mean, that's a possibility. They might listen to this and sort of shake their heads, but I think that could be interesting, But a lot of, like I say, the new stuff is above all sort of really as it should be these days, So I'm proud of the old stuff. Not so proud of the recordings, but I think we could actually rehash and put those out as well.
Sounds good. And any big dreams for Above All?
Yeah. No, to be honest with you, I think we're just happy that we're putting new music out at the moment. Obviously, we'd like to play as many shows as we can. Obviously, times, we're all getting on a bit these days, but we're lucky, but we're all pretty much fit and healthy, and we're still in the position we can get up on stage and do ourselves justice. I'd like to think our reunion show, we did a good job, and I think play as many shows as we can, put out another album. I mean, I'd love to. My you know, this is me personally. I'd love to play. I'd love to play a festival or some sort. You know, some of the big sort of open air festivals. I'd love to be able to get up. You know, look back on my music career and say that I did that. You know, we supported some big bands back in the day. You know, and we probably, realistically looking back, we probably weren't ready for it. But in those days, we just went with everything. You know, we supported Korn on their first, you know, London show, just as they were breaking. Fear Factories, Earth Crisis, Entombed. We played some good, amazing shows back in the day. And I don't think we really appreciated what we had at that point. So moving forward, I'd like to get on some. Obviously, I want to be supporting the local scenes. Yeah. If anyone wants to have us, you know, London, you know, there's a lot of music has died. You know, there's so many different genres of metal and hardcore these days, and they do intertwine and mesh together as well. So we'll be happy to play anywhere. Small shows, but I would like to, you know, jump on a few festivals here and there, and I think, you know, that would be it. That'd be good enough for us, you know. I think, and ultimately, we're putting out music we're really happy with. You know, if people aren't into it, they're not into it. It's not a problem. We're not doing this for money. We're not doing this for record sales. We're doing it for ourselves, and I think, you know, that's the most important part. I think a lot of bands lose sight of that. This is no discredit to them, but we're putting out stuff we like to hear, and you know, as long as we keep on doing that, I think we're going to be happy enough, you know. So we'll just see where it takes us.
Sounds good, Tony. And Tony, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and people who are new to Above All?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for checking us out. Obviously, you know, we've been out the game for 26 years, so we can't tell you how grateful we are that some of the old guys are still, you know, old fans are still into us. Anyone new checking us out, you know, listen to the new EP. You can go back, revisit the old songs. The new stuff is, you know, this is the direction we're going in. It's and I think the new material is going to be even stronger. So keep an eye out for sort of the lyric videos, any videos we're putting out. Check us out on social media, and, you know, thanks for the support, really.
Wonderful, Tony. And Tony, I want to thank you so much for giving me this opportunity today to have this wonderful interview with you. And thanks for making amazing music. And thanks for you guys coming back again on the Maddock scene.
No, I'm glad that you're happy with it. I'm glad that, you know, and thank you very much for having us on. I'm really, you know, really appreciative, and you know, can't thank you enough.
It's my pleasure, Tony. And thanks again. And you have a great day ahead, Tony. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you too. All right. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.